Well, we just officially had the craziest, technically the longest week in all of football, but still thankful that we have football to watch and we're able to play fantasy football. These are my NFL fantasy football rankings for week 13. We do PPR. Let's go right into the quarterbacks. So this story was written. This was bound to happen. This is what should have happened and is happening. Like, we knew the finish line. We knew it would get here. And now it's been written. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. And now he's my unanimous NFL MVP candidate. And then goes the rest of the bunch. Number 2 would be Wilson. But it's really Mahomes. He's just on another level. And I mean, he's looking like he looked like in the playoffs, the real NFL playoffs last year when they won the Super Bowl. And man, it's just he's way ahead of the pack. He's gonna go down as one of the best, if not the best quarterback to ever play the game. It's just going to happen. We've just never seen anyone play on this type of level to where even if he's down 24 points, he's got the ball. He can make a comeback. He just needs about a quarter and a half to do so. And I mean, I don't know who else I would rank this high. Like, really, Giants defense is surprisingly good, so I just can't rank Russell Wilson that high. And guys like Wilson, Josh Allen's kind of bounced back, but Wilson, Allen, Kyler started off a lot hotter and have cooled down, while Mahomes seems to get even better as the season progresses and his wide receivers now are healthy. Kelsey's in there. He's just the best. So, sure, Broncos have a couple players on defense that can help slow down other teams. But really pick your poison. You really want to double Tyreek. Well, you're going to hit Mecole Hardman, who's extremely fast. You're going to hit Sammy Watkins, who's a good wide receiver. And, of course, you're going to hit Travis Kelce. So really pick your poison. There's not much you can do. And they haven't really ran the ball well this year, but they can run the ball. They ran the ball last year, and you also got to worry about that. And Andy Reid's always has been amazing when it comes to running back screen plays and short little plays like that turn into 15, 30 yards. And he's done that throughout his entire career. Done it on the Eagles and on the Chiefs. So really, like, how do you even slow down this offense? You can't. You can probably shut down one receiver or one weapon, like I said, probably, but the other 2-3 weapons are gonna go off, and Patrick Mahomes should have a good day. That's just how good he is. And why I'm talking about this in fantasies, because it's really like that. After Patrick Mahomes, it's all wishy-washy. Like, all these rankings are all over the place. Who knows what's gonna happen? It's a crazy year. Derek Carr, yeah, he's probably going to bounce back from last week. We see him do good. What was that, week 11? We see him do bad last week, week 12. And now he's playing the Jets, and he'll probably do well. I don't know. It's looking like Josh Jacobs is not going to play, so he'll probably be passing a lot more to his running backs. Maybe Raiders will call a few more pass plays, at least early on, until they have the lead. And Raiders defense is one of the worst. They're pretty bad. So maybe the Jets can score a little bit. So we might have slightly more of a competitive game and a little bit more of a shootout than a typical New York Jets game. Maybe. So we'll see. And okay. So, I mean, that's really it. I'm just going to keep it real. Everything's crazy. It's Mahomes and then the bunch. Mahomes is tier 1. And then it's just whatever. Try to start the best quarterback you can and survive. It's all about survival and adjusting with this crazy 2020 year. That's really what the theme is. And I think it's good to see a lot of fantasy owners who are very skilled and very good at fantasy still rise to the cream of the crop and still be successful this year. But unfortunately, I have seen on more rare occasion, but yeah, sometimes, especially this year, there's just way too many injuries and too much craziness and too many people on the special reserve list, too many players on that list to where you couldn't overcome it. And that has happened to me this year. like in the league where I have Michael Thomas, like I didn't stand a chance. I felt like I did smart draft decisions, some smart waiver decisions, but some things are just too tough to overcome. So I do feel for, the 10% of you watching that's happened to, that you guys did all the right moves, but you just got really unlucky, and it happens. There's a small percentage of this is always luck. And, I just wish you the best next year. And hopefully you're in more than one league and you didn't do the exact same moves in every league. So you might be dead in one league and alive in another. So that's just the way it is. And hopefully you did that. For running backs, Dalvin Cook is like beat up from the year, according to his coach. And I believe it, because that was my theory. Just looking, I'm like, man, this guy's probably took just too many hits. Just, it's kind of wearing down on him. So, but everything's beautiful for Dalvin Cook. Maybe he bounces back, but I'm going to put Henry as my number one guy. As far as having a floor and a ceiling, like, who am I going to trust more than Derrick Henry running against the Browns? James Robinson had a monster game against the Browns. Derrick Henry is better. A simple analysis. And also, Derrick Henry has been on fire as of late. Since he had those 20 carry, 60-yard games. Like, since then, just absolute beast. I don't think we're going to see any more 60-yard games. Probably not even 80-yard games anymore from Derrick Henry. That's how good he is. Alvin Kamara, he's the guy that I would want to... I feel like considering benching him, like, oh, should I bench Kamara? Like, he sucks now. And it's like, I just can't put myself to do that. Like, I wouldn't bench Kamara under any circumstance. He's getting less receptions, less touchdowns due to Taysom Hill, but he still is Kamara. We haven't had a large sample size of Taysom Hill and Kamara playing, but this game... The first time these two teams met, it was lopsided. It was terrible. It was all Saints all day. This time, it's going to be closer. I don't see the Falcons completely putting up a terrible performance like they did the first time around. Saints still will probably win, but this should be much closer. Alvin Kamara should get more snaps. Last game the Saints played against the Broncos, it was lopsided from the start, and then we saw a lot of Latavius at the end, because why risk putting Kamara out there? So I still like him. He's still going to be top 5 for me, and it's going to be tough for me to actually bench Kamara. A guy we need to definitely move up is Nick Chubb. I think he is... we can really sneak him into the top 5 here. This is going to be a great matchup for him. Let's put him right here. We'll put him at 6. I think, he definitely deserves consideration for top 5. I would like him over Eckler probably. And then... yeah, right around there. And then DeAndre Swift, he's supposedly not in concussion protocol. Look, I don't trust the Lions at all. I'm just going to be quite frank with that. I don't trust what's going on with Golladay. I don't trust what's going on with Swift. But it's been reported that he's cleared concussion protocol, or he's no longer in it. That's a better term to say. He's no longer in concussion protocol, but he had an illness, and he's held out of practice today, Thursday, but he did practice Wednesday. So look, I don't know what's going on. It is the Lions. They did just clean house. Maybe they're tanking. Maybe there's no conspiracy here, but I like football conspiracies. I think something's going on. Whatever's going on, I don't trust the Lions. I think they're going to lose against the Bears. Let's just rank them down a bunch of spots here. Let's put them like right here. I don't know what's going to happen with Swift. So, and that's the thing. If he plays, he's healthy, he's playing. I'm going to be so wary of what's going on. It was the Swift show. He was the starter, and that only lasted like one game. So we don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to happen. Could be a huge bounce back game for Miles Sanders. Let's put Gibson up a couple spots. Not the best game script, but the Steelers are a bit banged up. I think Gibson's going to be able to do some things. So, yeah, the matchup doesn't seem good. The game script doesn't seem good. This seems like a game where McKissick might come in. But I think it's going to be close enough to where they use the running back position a lot, and the game's going to be close enough to where Gibson will be involved. So I still like Gibson this week. We're going to definitely have to downgrade Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He did not practice. And, oh boy, do I like Raheem Mostert. I'm going to put him right here. I really like Raheem Mostert in what Vegas has a pretty even game, a pick 'em between the Bills and the Niners. And let's move Hunt up just a few spots. And, man, I think David Montgomery might be back. He's running really hard. And against the Lions, you got to love him. You got to love him. He is a RB1. Gosh, ranking these guys is really tough. It's a really tough job, guys. It's so tough. It's really tough doing this. But, hey, I try my best. Okay, for wide receivers, Lockett versus DK, right? I'm going all in on Tyler Lockett, and this is a very risky move. This is a tough move, but I think Lockett is going to be a top 5 wide receiver. Let's just put him right here. I think that DK Metcalf is going to be shadowed by Bradbury, and it'll be enough for Russell Wilson to might as well go to Lockett. Now, what's really sucked with Wilson and him not being as dominant as he was in the beginning during his little MVP campaign run is that his passing is just not able to support more than one receiver right now. And this Giants game, it might be low scoring to where he might not have to do too much. Now, he's still Russell Wilson. He's still super elite. He's still amazing. I'm just saying, these are the facts. The last few games, he hasn't been on fire like he has in the beginning of the year, and that hasn't been enough to support more than one receiver. So it's been either a DK game or a Lockett game, and it's almost always been the one that we least expect. I'm not saying that means anything. I'm just going to go with what looking at this situation, what I believe. I don't want to bench DK. I'm not going to bench Lock. I'm not saying anything like that. But if we were to predict which one's going to do better, I'm going to go ahead and go with Lockett this week. And Calvin Ridley's been quite a beast. I'm going to move him up a few spots. I'll put him up ahead of DK Metcalf because I feel like it. Julio Jones is not looking good as far as him playing. Let's move Mike Thomas down a couple spots. Let's move McLaurin up. And I really like A.J. Brown. I got to find a way to get this guy back in here. A.J. Brown. Top 10's pretty good for A.J. I think that's very fair for A.J. Brown. Because this could be a Corey Davis game. It's definitely going to be a Derrick Henry game, that's for sure. And I like my guy Justin Jefferson. I gotta make sure he's well taken care of. 15's okay. Top 15. I think. What do you guys think? I think Justin Jefferson's better than Thielen. I really do. And let's go right here. Let's do that. All right. So, yeah, I think Jefferson's better than Thielen. Like, he's still a rookie. He's got room to grow. Will he hit a sophomore wall? I don't know. But we're dealing with this year right now. We're dealing with 2020. I don't know how he's going to be in 2021. Okay. For tight ends, is basically like Mahomes, right? We got Kelsey and the bunch. Because after Kelsey, I don't know what's going to happen. And I guess we just automatically rank Waller at number 2, right? Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. What do I know? Zach Ertz expected to come back. And I still think Goddard will be good, but maybe move him down a spot here. This could be a Jordan Reed game. Now Ayuk is back. Debo's in there. Mostert's back. We got McKinnon, Jet McKinnon. So I don't know. I just have this gut feeling that Reed has a lot of upside. So if you need that home run hit, maybe you go with Reed. And another sleeper that I just have a really good gut feeling about is Jordan Akins. Now, I mean, it's not just how I'm feeling, but we know that the Texans are really hurting at the receiver position. So what do we know? We know that Will Fuller is not playing. He's suspended 6 games. We know that Randall Cobb is hurt. We know that Kenny Stills has been released. He's no longer on the team. So those are a lot of receivers. And, of course, Hopkins is not there. David Johnson is designated to return. Don't know if he's going to be back this week or not. But Jordan Akins I've seen a lot of flashes from him, and even when last game he did very poorly. I think he got 0.6 points, something like that. But there was this deep play that he could have caught a touchdown, and I just think he's athletic and he could be used more in the slot. There's been reports of that. And if you're looking for a tight end, like this is the perfect time to pick up Akins. Let's say you already got a tight end. You've clinched a playoff spot and you can't move over, whatever, you're solidified your playoff spot, you clinched a bye. Might as well pick up Akins to see how he does. I mean, if he does well against the Colts, that's a huge sign, right? This is going to be his first game without Fuller. So I think he's worth an add as a stash. Starting him this week could be very risky, but I just have a really good feeling about Akins because no one's really counting Deshaun Watson out. I think everyone really recognizes his talent. Now, I'm downgrading Deshaun Watson. You're probably downgrading Deshaun Watson or at least thinking about it. But I still think Deshaun Watson's a dog. He's talented. He's going to fight. He's not going to give up. He's going to make plays. He already put the team on his back. I don't think he's going to just give up now. I think Jordan Akins is going to get a ton of targets. He's going to get manufactured plays. And also, he's going to be involved on those plays that weren't scripted when Deshaun Watson's running around looking for a tight end to be open. For defenses, actually, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with defenses than like the quarterback position, which I feel like is just all over the place and tough to rank. I think there's so many sleeper defenses. So Dolphins going against a Joe Burrow-less Bungles is my number one. Steelers going against Washington. They're banged up. They're not quite what they are, right? What we're used to seeing. But Washington games are always low scoring. They never put up a ton of points. Yeah, they did well against the Cowboys, but that defense isn't great on Thanksgiving Day. So I still think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I still think the Steelers are going to win. And just by that, automatically, that makes it a good defense. Then on top of that, the Steelers make a lot of plays. They tip the ball. They get passes defended. They put great pressure on the quarterback. You got TJ Watt there. And so it just takes one play for a defense to go off. And so I got to rank them, number 2 still. Then we got the Seahawks D going against Danny Dimeless New York Giants. My sleeper defense is the Bears. Like, it's crazy how they're just so underrated. But you got the Bears, and Akeem Hicks might be back. Going against the Lions, no Golladay seems like. Maybe no Swift. Lions really just haven't been good this year. And this could be a low-scoring game as well. And then, we got the Packers going against Carson Wentz, who's just been awful. Chiefs D, very reliable. I like them. But I think they're a little bit overrated. I still think that the Broncos could do some things here. They're going to get at least one of their quarterbacks back. I'm pretty sure Drew Lock's going to be back and ready to go. And so don't think this is going to be the same team we saw week 12 where Kendall Hinton was, quarterbacking some kind of college or high school team. Like, it's not going to be that same team. And there's also garbage time. Look, the Chiefs are going to win by a couple touchdowns. Like, I already get that. I'm just saying, I don't think the Chiefs are a top 3 or top 5 defense like some people are thinking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess the Raiders D kind of slides in here. I really like them. And if DeForest Buckner is playing, I think we have to move the Colts up. So keep tabs on that. If DeForest Buckner is out, we're going to downgrade them. But if he's in, we're going to move them up. And for kickers, this is pretty much set for my waiver video. I just put Younghoe Koo a couple spots higher. Blankenship should be good this week. Steven Gostkowski is a really good sleeper pick. Dan Bailey's a good sleeper pick. Daniel Carlson. And then these are the elite 3 right here. Butker, Lutz, and Sanders. You should be able to get one of these guys in the top 8. I really think you can. Gostkowski's not rostered in a lot of leagues. Daniel Carlson, people have been dropping him the last couple weeks. Even Jason Sanders is available in some leagues, and he's the second best kicker in all of fantasy. Well, there you have it, folks. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to our second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Smash that thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Thumbs down if you didn't. And I forgot. You can get the written rankings at fantasycouch.com, always updated. I update them 2 or 3 times a week, and links below in the description and also in the pinned comment to go check out my written rankings. Again, that's fantasycouch.com. Let's go get that W, baby.